This kind man never thought that helping a cat would lead to such a big surprise. While relaxing at home one afternoon, he heard a gentle sound at his window. It was a soft meow that made him look up from what he was doing. There at his window stood a mama cat with a tiny kitten held carefully in her mouth. He recognized her right away as the stray cat he had fed just yesterday outside his house. She had eaten the food he gave her, and now she was back, but not alone. The mama cat seemed to be asking if she could come inside. Without any hesitation, the man opened his window wide. The cat quickly jumped in and gently placed her little kitten on the floor. She looked up at the man with eyes that showed she trusted him. Before he could fully understand what was happening, the mama cat jumped back out through the window and disappeared. The man stood there feeling confused, wondering what would happen next. Just a few minutes later, the mama cat returned carrying another small kitten. She carefully put this second kitten next to the first one and ran outside again. The man watched with growing amazement as he began to realize what was happening. This stray cat was bringing her entire family into his home, one kitten at a time. One by one, she brought all her kittens inside. Each time she returned with another tiny ball of fur, the man felt more touched by her trust in him. A stray cat who probably had faced many hard times in her life was now trusting him with what mattered most to her, her babies. It was an amazing show of animal instinct and trust that made the man feel both honored and responsible. The man already had a pet cat of his own, so he knew the basics of taking care of cats. But he realized this situation was different. He now had a mama cat with several newborn kittens who would need special care. After all the kittens were safely inside, the man carefully gathered them along with their mother and got ready to take them to the vet for a checkup. He found a box and lined it with a warm, soft towel. He gently placed the entire cat family inside for the trip to the vet clinic. The mama cat seemed nervous but stayed calm, as if she somehow understood that the man was trying to help her and her babies. At the clinic, the vet checked each kitten carefully, looking at their eyes, ears, and overall health. The vet also examined the mama cat to make sure she was making enough milk and didn't have any health problems that might affect her ability to care for her kittens. To the man's relief, the vet said they were all healthy despite having lived outdoors. After the visit to the clinic, the man brought the cat family back to his home. He set up a comfortable, quiet space for them in a corner of his living room. He used a large box with soft blankets where the mama cat could nurse her kittens and feel safe. He made sure fresh water was always available and gave high-quality food to the mama cat to keep her healthy and strong. His own pet cat was curious about the new cats but didn't seem upset by them being there. The man made sure to give his original cat extra attention so it wouldn't feel forgotten with all the focus on the new cat family. Over time, his cat even showed interest in the kittens, watching them from a distance as they grew and became more active. The man realized that this unexpected rescue was changing his daily routine. He now had more responsibilities and needed to check on the cat family several times throughout the day. Yet, he found the experience rewarding as he watched the tiny kittens grow stronger each day under their mother's care and his watchful eye. The kittens' eyes, which were closed when they first arrived, soon opened to take in their new world. They began to explore beyond their box, walking on shaky legs at first, but growing more confident with each passing day. The man enjoyed watching their personalities develop as they played and interacted with each other. The mama cat also changed as she settled into her new home. The wariness in her eyes gradually went away, replaced by contentment and security. She allowed the man to pet her while she nursed her kittens, a sign of her growing trust. As the weeks passed, the man learned about local rescue groups that could help him find good homes for the kittens when they were old enough to be adopted. He took photos of the growing kittens to share with people who might want to adopt them, showing how playful and healthy they were. He was determined to make sure each kitten found a loving forever home. He also decided to keep the mama cat permanently. After everything she had been through and the trust she had shown in bringing her babies to him, he couldn't bear the thought of sending her back to life as a stray. He arranged to have her spayed once her kittens were weaned, making sure she wouldn't have to go through the challenges of another pregnancy. The man often thought about how a small act of kindness, simply feeding a hungry stray cat, had led to this unexpected responsibility and joy. He hadn't planned to rescue a cat family that day, but sometimes the best things in life come when we least expect them. The mama cat had chosen him as her family's protector, and he was determined to honor that trust. His home, once quiet with just him and his single cat, was now filled with the sounds of playful kittens. Their antics brought laughter and warmth to his days. Even when they knocked things over or made messes, he couldn't help but smile at their innocent exploration of the world around them. The experience taught the man important lessons about compassion and responsibility. It showed him that even animals can recognize kindness and seek it out when they need help. It reminded him that sometimes the smallest actions can have the biggest impacts, not just on those we help, but on ourselves as well. Neighbors and friends who heard the story were touched by both the mama cat's trust and the man's kindness. The story spread through the community, inspiring others to show compassion to stray animals in need. Some even reached out to local shelters to volunteer or adopt, creating a ripple effect of kindness that extended far beyond the man's simple act of feeding a hungry cat. The man never regretted opening his window that day when the mama cat appeared with her first kitten. Though it had required time, effort, and money he hadn't planned to spend, the rewards far outweighed the costs. The gratitude in the mama cat's eyes when she curled up on his lap in the evenings told him everything he needed to know. Sometimes when we rescue animals, they rescue us too, bringing unexpected joy and meaning to our lives. Every time he looked at the mama cat and her remaining kitten playing in his home, the man was reminded that compassion matters. Kindness, even in small amounts, can change lives, both human and animal. His story became a powerful example of the good things that can happen when we open not just our windows, but our hearts as well. The man also learned about the importance of spaying and neutering cats to prevent unwanted litters and reduce the number of strays suffering on the streets. He became an advocate in his community, sharing information about low-cost spay and neuter programs. He wanted others to understand that while rescuing is important, preventing the problem is even better. In the months that followed, the man occasionally spotted other stray cats in his neighborhood. He would put out food and water for them and even set up a small shelter on his porch for cold or rainy days. He didn't bring them all inside. He knew he couldn't save every cat, but he did what he could to make their lives a little easier. The mama cat grew more confident and playful as time went on. She seemed to forget her hard past life and embraced her new role as a beloved pet. She would often sit in the window, the same window she had once stood outside of with her first kitten, and watch the world go by from her safe, warm home. Sometimes when new people visited his home, the man would tell the story of how his cat family came to be. He would point to the window and describe that amazing day when a stray cat had trusted him enough to bring her precious babies into his care. Many were moved by the story, and some were inspired to open their own homes to animals in need. The man kept in touch with the families who had adopted the other kittens. He received photos and updates that showed the kittens growing into healthy adult cats, loved and cared for in their new homes. These updates always brought a smile to his face and confirmed that he had made the right decision. As years passed, the man reflected on how that one day, that one simple act of feeding a hungry cat, had changed so much. It had started a chain of events that brought new love into his life and the lives of others. It had taught him about trust, responsibility, and the deep bonds that can form between humans and animals. Most of all, it had shown him that kindness is never wasted, even when it seems small or ordinary at the time.